So we've manufactured, or not manufactured, we've finished designing our card box here. It looks like this. This is the example that I used in the other two videos, and now I'm going to show you how to go about getting started on doing the CAM system for this. So, very simply, here's what we do. We expanded our browser over here, and we looked and we see that there's this entire thing is considered to be one body. However, there's a plane right in the middle of it. So what I need to do at this point is something called split bodies because I want to manufacture this in two different operations. I can't do it all at once. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click split body. It's the tool right there in the middle. Bodies to split. I'm going to just click the box. Splitting tools. That's going to be this plane right here. And if I click OK, you will see that now I have two different bodies. So body one, which is the top, and body two, which is the bottom, and I can toggle them on and off with the little light bulb or the little eyeballs here. There's light bulbs in older version, but you could at this point make them different components. I think we can make them, yeah, let's make them different components. So I'm going to go to right click on it and create components from bodies. And then I'm going to do the same thing again, create components from bodies. And component one is the going to be our top. So I'm going to click on it and rename it the top. I'm going to do the same thing on this component two. And we'll name that the bottom. So now what you've got, just hide my construction plane there. Now what you've got is actually two different things, and they're two different components. So what can happen is you can move them around and wiggle them around and stuff. What should happen is this piece should fit very nicely. If I line everything up correctly, it should fit very nicely onto my top piece. My top and bottom should line up nicely, and I would be able to go ahead and make a joint on there using some constraints and everything just to kind of get an idea what this is going to. I'm not going to do that right now, but that's just something that you could do if you wanted to see what it looked like. So when I talked about things being symmetrical and projecting the geometry from the bottom that you designed onto the top, this is why. Everything should line up nicely if you connect this box. I'm just going to go ahead and undo all of those moves for now. And I think at this point we're ready to start the CAM operations. So what I'll do is I'll save this. And then I'll go in from my, let's start on the bottom. So I'll just click the little eyeball here and I'll hide the top and I will activate this component. So if I don't activate the component, what happens is the CAM is going to recognize the entire project, both pieces of it, and it's not going to give you an accurate setup. So I've activated the bottom, go from design to manufacture, and now I'll just do my setup like I normally would. I'll come down and do tool isometric. I don't know if that's in the view window or not. And I want to check my setup, make sure that I have a box that's 4¼ wide, 3¼ deep, and 1 inch tall. That looks okay. And there's my setup. So you'll notice that there's this like yellowish box. Exactly like all those CAM strategies we did, we projected that yellow box. That is the piece of raw material that's going to go into the mill. Now, I'm not sure if you know, but the reason that I had you only extrude down to this point here is because this little section that I got the mouse on that's highlighted, we need that because that's what's going to hold on to this while we're machining it. So we actually have to leave a little bit of material that the vise holds onto or the hold downs on the CNC router hold onto that aren't going to get machined away. From here, I'm going to leave it up to you to do the CAM strategies on this. Your clearing and your pocketing and your contouring operations. I think we can do this whole thing with maybe an adaptive clearing, a 2D pocket, and some contours here. Um, I'll let you do it, and what we're going to do is we're going to make a competition here to see who can machine theirs, or yeah, see who can machine theirs the most efficient way. Okay, so the quickest way with the least amount of tool changes and the least amount of wasted time on this machining process. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a process flow chart that explains the process that we're going to use to go and machine this. Okay, and we're going to identify waste. We're going to identify things that can be done a little bit faster, and that'll be kind of our remote assignment until I get back. Is you're going to finish designing these, and then you're going to design the process flow that goes with it. So there's your setup for your bottom. I'll take you through the setup for the top. I'll go back to design. I'll activate this component, and I'll go back to manufacture. Now, if you'll look, you'll see that there's my other setup. Well, that's not what I want right now. So what I'm going to do is flip this around and do a new setup. And that doesn't look right. Not a problem. We know how to change this and fix this. Let's flip that Z-axis. That looks good. Put it right there. Do tool isometric in my view orientation. That's not okay. Put this thing around again. I think everything looks okay. Let's see what happens if I do that. There we go. So now I can machine the top. Actually, for the top, I only need to machine this little pocket here, and then this this contour that we've made on the outside. All right, so I've got two setups in the same file. I didn't make a copy of anything. It's two setups in the same file. Setup one is the bottom, and setup two is the top. You could even rename these. So we knew what was what. All right, well, what happened is you'll turn this in exactly like we did the CAM strategies. You'll simulate everything, and you'll take some screenshots of it. I'll show you that in another video. So hopefully this is enough to keep you going, and I'll see you soon.